One of the questions that parents have, especially parents that have a child with a special need, is my child going to be okay? Are they going to be well supported? And typically we're able to answer those questions face to face. And so the information that I'm hoping to provide is to let you know a little bit more about our inclusive learning team and the types of supports that we have to offer families and students and staff to make sure that every student that walks in our buildings is very well supported. So we're really fortunate in our district in that every school has a team of professionals that can come and help support students and staff that have needs. So on our multidisciplinary teams, which is our inclusive learning team, we have psychologists, we have speech and language pathologists, occupational therapists, a physical therapist, and we have an early learning coordinator. We also have therapy assistants, so we have speech and language assistants and occupational therapy assistants, as well as an assistant that helps to support students with significant behavioral or emotional challenges. For our low incidence students that have visual impairment or hearing impairment, we have a vision consultant, a hard of hearing consultant, and an educational audiologist. In order for students to qualify to receive supports from our inclusive learning team, they would need to have a severe disability and which would impact their ability to function and participate in the kindergarten environment. So we follow our Alberta education guidelines, and a student would need to be assessed with a severe disability. So that could be a severe intellectual impairment, it could be a severe delay in their use or understanding of language, significant emotional or behavioral need, or a medical diagnosis such as autism spectrum disorder, Down syndrome, or cerebral palsy. Students that are requiring support in the classroom, it really depends on what their needs are. So our inclusive learning team works really collaboratively with staff and parents to determine what the best fit is for that student. We know that a one-size-fits-all model doesn't work. So in determining what the student's needs are, we try to match the best intervention approach for them. So that might be weekly speech and language intervention. That could be a group lesson with the occupational therapist, or it could be small group activities within center time activities in the class. Another way we support our students is through consultation. So our psychologists or speech pathologists or OTs consult to the classroom staff and educational assistants on modifications or strategies or suggestions that can happen within the classroom, because at the end of the day, we know that they are the ones that spend the bulk of the day with them on a daily basis every day. So we like to build capacity and ensure that they have the skills and the tools that they need to support students. So when students do come to us from another district, our inclusive learning team and the receiving school will collaborate with the preschool team, and we do our best to learn as much as possible about students that are new to us and coming into us from another district, and this just ensures that we help to make the transition to our district as positive as possible. That's why it's really important for parents to have those conversations early with the school that they intend to send their child to, and to provide any background information or written documentation so that we can ensure the transition is as smooth as possible. One question we often get asked is my child going to be ready for kindergarten? Or I have concerns about my child speaking or their talking. One thing that our speech and language team does in September is we go into every single kindergarten classroom and we lay eyes on every student. We have conversations with kindergarten teachers very early. And so if a teacher is concerned about the way a child says sounds or the way they're talking or the way they're understanding directions, we have those conversations early. If a student is suspected to have a delay, we often move to a formal assessment. If from the assessment a student is diagnosed with a severe delay in their language skills, then they would qualify to receive supports from our inclusive learning team and from the speech and language team. One thing to note though is if parents are worried right now, they do not have to wait until September. They can call Alberta Health Services to book an appointment to be seen by a speech and language pathologist. Our kindergarten teachers are really skilled at using universal supports to help every child in the classroom, and that can be using visual supports to help with understanding and following directions. That can be emphasizing speech sounds. So our teachers are very well equipped to support every student in the classroom, regardless of the level of need. So it's often said that play is the work of children, and our kindergarten teachers are providing language-rich environments where children can explore and create and problem solve and interact and learn all through the context of play. And when kindergarten teachers are using the skills and the experiences that they already have and also incorporating any strategies or suggestions from the inclusive learning team, they're able to support all students within the classroom environment and through the context of play. It's a big decision for parents to decide what school and what kindergarten program to send their children to. And one thing that our district can offer all parents and all students is a really kind and loving and solutions-focused team. And through our inclusive learning team, students that have needs will be very well supported.